What is the international community saying about all this elections talk in Israel?
Well, I think they're as confused as anybody here because there's so many possibilities and permutations. So there's a lot of speculation. Although I am interested, given the fact there aren't any substantive policy differences on the issues which the international community cares about, namely issues with the Palestinians, issues with Iran, Gaza, and so on. There are no substantive differences in policy outlook between Netanyahu and Gantz. I am amazed at the amount of attention that prominent newspapers like the New York Times continues to give the Israeli election and process whereas, for example, just 2 days ago in Afghanistan, the United States military admitted to accidentally killing at least 30 farmers in a misplaced drone strike. That has barely been mentioned. What's happening in Hong Kong, Kashmir, very important.
But people
Brexit,
care what's happening here with the election.
Well, journalists care. I'm not sure how many people care.
Well,
I think certain journalists care a lot. I'm not sure the public cares more about all these, global warming demonstrations and.
Well,
and
Netanyahu,
so on.
he made his announcement that he was planning on annexing parts of the West Bank upon becoming prime minister once again, which obviously made headlines because people said now there's going to be no chance for a two-state solution if something like that takes place. So, I mean,
it was a brief headline, but on the other hand, he's made these kind of promises in the past, and also Benny Gantz immediately said they do something similar. So it's not like there's it's not like there was some active peace process going on. There is the Trump plan, of course, but as we've just mentioned, it may be postponed and so on. So I'm always taken aback by just how much attention is focused on this one conflict when there are about 130 similar conflicts around the world, most of which you've never heard of because no one cares about Papua New Guinea, but it's a serious conflict with lots of deaths and a long occupation.
Will that attention, or you could call it a bias of attention, change at all if Netanyahu maybe were dethroned, so to speak?
I think that if Netanyahu is not the prime minister, or even if he's not the prime minister first off in a national unity government, there will definitely be a lot of interest in who is Benny Gantz. And I'm not sure that the media coverage will be that favorable. The one thing they know about Benny Gantz is he was head of the army, and on his watch, a lot of Palestinians died in Gaza, including civilians. So I actually
there was that Dutch case.
Yes, there's a Dutch case, yes. But I think there'll actually be quite a lot of negative coverage against Gantz, because somehow in the imagination of many people in the world, they think that without Netanyahu, peace will miraculously break out. And when it doesn't, the next day, there'll be a lot of pressure, also here internally in Israel, on the fact that there probably won't be much movement on the so-called peace process because there aren't substantive policy differences. Plus, it takes two to tango, and we don't see any